So now we are coming to the point of puja. Because there are so many new Sahaja Yogis who might not have known what is a puja. Now, as it is now, you all believe that I am Adi Shakti. And you have proof of it. Puja is one of the way you can have the proof of it much more. Because when you are doing the puja, my deities which are within my chakras, they get excited and they feel happy and they want to emit more vibrations. And when they start emitting more vibrations, puja is one of the things by which you can excite the forms into formless. Now your centers are the centers of energies, but they too have a guiding deity sitting on all these chakras. They are also the formless made into forms. And when you do the puja, the forms melt into formless energy. And this formless energy then starts flowing. And that then blows the wind. And that's how this misidentification, superimpositions on the spirit are removed. Now you cannot think about the puja. The whole thing happens in a realm which is beyond thinking. So you have to understand that you cannot rationalize the puja. You should have the maximum advantage on your chakras. For that, you must fully just concentrate on the puja and how the wind is blowing. And the wind will see to it that they drive out all the clouds. So the puja part, when they do, supposing a man is doing a puja to a devi. In India, they take a great courage to do puja to a devi. You do not know that. Saptasati that we have, that thing the people do, they get possessed. They can't understand. First of all, they have a statue of someone made by some horrible fellow. Then they do the puja of that goddess. They are God-fearing. Everything is good. We have got temples where there are also, you can say, swambhus from the Mother Earth, which are worshipped and should be all right, but no, they get possessed. Why? Because most of them, these temples, are haunted by or haunted by spirits. Because they do all kinds of tantric things there. And when people go and do the pujas there, what happens to them? That they get attacked. They become more left-sided. But the puja of only of the goddess is allowed, puja of the god is allowed. But we must know who is the god or who is the goddess. So doing the puja of every person blindly, anybody who comes forward says this and that, should not be accepted. You'll be surprised, for the first 4 years, I didn't even allow them to have any puja whatsoever. Even they said, you are our guru, so you should allow us to have guru puja. I said, nothing. I will not. Then first, after 4 years, on the Navratri day, they wanted to have one puja. I said, all right, you can have it, but very few people. And then they found that that puja gave them so much of vibration, so much of elated spirituality. And they touched so many dimensions suddenly that then they started requesting me, Mother, you must give me a puja. It's rather difficult or embarrassing as a human being for me to tell you what should be the protocol of the goddess. Really. But I had to tell you because I don't want you should be harmed. But the protocol must be observed. And could be understood very well. Of course, it's much better now. First time they had my puja in Delhi. They did my arti with a plastic plate. And the kumkum was kept in plastic boxes. And I was so much worried about these people that my whole body has shrunk like this, controlling them. Now don't do anything. If you see my photograph, you'll see me very different. So I was so surprised that I didn't know what to do. So don't feel bad for anything. I mean, some people feel bad because they were late for puja. Doesn't matter. That's the time you have to come. Some people feel that they couldn't bring something for puja. Doesn't matter. I never say you didn't bring this, you didn't do that. I've never said anything about the puja. Never, even once. That you did this wrong or you should not have done this wrong. Should have not. Gradually you all have learned. What was the need to tell you? Otherwise there would have been another big well of this guilt in your head. So you have to learn. You have never known pujas before. You don't know what puja means. You don't know anything of that kind, how it helps you. So, whatever was done, we are growing. After all, children, when they are growing, they will do mistakes. Only my job is to protect. And that I am doing.
So a new education is needed for us to understand the traditions of worshipping. It's easy to have a puja because your mother is always available. If you just tell her there is puja, she'll dress up and come down here. But in tradition, at least there should be an invitation, you have to come and receive. And ask for coming, because it's now you see the joke of the whole thing is. But it's all right because you don't know, it's all right. It's not only that, I'm saying on the whole, worship is a tradition which has come to us from great seers and ancient sages. Anybody, even say Moses, you can say Socrates, you can say Dattatreya, or Markandeya, or any one of these people have found out the ways and methods how to tune our instruments to the divine to achieve the maximum joy. How to please the deities. That's the main point, is how to please the deities. But it's a crude word, pleases, but how to, I don't know what should I say, innovation, they say, or what do you call that? How to spark them, invoke them, that they give you complete blessings. And the trick of the trade one has to learn, one has to educate. There's nothing wrong in getting educated.
All the leaders complain that no one wants to pay any money whatsoever for such. Now, you see, actually, as you know, that whatever money you give me for pujas, I buy silver for. And you are given the equal amount of silver as one would give to Europeans. But as far as the puja money is concerned, it's very low. First they used to just give me $1. Of course, that was all in coins which I brought it back. But otherwise, whatever is there is, I'm not using it for myself, I don't need it. I should normally, because it's given to me. But I just thought that instead of that, if I give you silver, you will have silver for puja, which is very important, and that it will be very auspicious. That is how we started this proper understanding of the thing. That we have to have a particular type of metal, particular type of styles. Now these metals have an effect on us, very much effect on us. And in what metal you do the puja also has an effect. It's all a science of spirituality, which one must understand is very important and should be done in a proper way if you have to have the best results. It's like a science. And so the puja started. And I think now people have got quite a good sense of it. All the gain that you have from puja is only possible when you are a realized soul. Otherwise, it is useless. To do any puja, any worship, people go to church, sing few hymns and come back. They're just the same, and afterwards go to the pub. Because they think pub is the only place where they can get some joy. One has to exert. One has to sacrifice. Though I may say that Sahaja Yoga is the easiest thing, you don't have to go to Himalayas to stand on your heads and all that. But still, you have to sacrifice your time, your attention. You see, I always tell people, unless and until they are perfectly Sahaja Yogis, you know them, they are good, please don't bring them for puja. It's troublesome to me, much more than to them. You see, they also feel obliged, as if, see, they are obliging me. They think so, by worshipping me, I don't know. But they don't know how much they are troubling by coming here without realization. So the ones who haven't got realization are really troublesome. They don't help. So the myth some people have that if they come to a puja before realization, they'll get realization. It's not true. Should not bring anyone who is not a realized soul or who is not a Sahaja Yogi to a puja. It's troublesome, and that person also starts doubting this, that. Alright? So from next time, also this is out of compassion you do it. I know you do it out of compassion. But this is not wise. It doesn't help me, nor it helps others. Alright? So from next time, also any time, you must find out a circular saying that unless and until you are sure about the realization of a person that is got a realization, you should not call them for the puja. They are no good for mother and they are not good for themselves. Because they become, you see, doubting or something. Right? You cannot really give them realization after that, should you? Now supposing a person is doing a puja. He just goes on doing puja morning till evening. Without any activity. Very easy to do puja, isn't it? Just come down, somebody does puja for you, get the vibrations, nicely blessed, go home. Nothing to be done. No activity. So there is no balance. So they do puja and they think, oh, they have done very well. No. If you are a right-sided person, then puja will help you, but not if you are a left-sided person. Puja does help. Of course, my puja will help, no doubt, in both the sides, because I am neither left nor right, nor anywhere. That's why in Sahaja Yoga, before the puja, you have to go into a lot of activity. You have to decorate the hall, you have to get the flowers, you have to organize everything beautifully. Look at the roses, how beautiful they are. Then you start balancing yourself with all these activities you do. And then you sit down for puja. That's like in the daytime you work, in the night you sleep. To rest, to get the bliss, you must be active. Like they had to climb Himalayas to achieve meditation. But understand your nature. Supposing you are a left-sided person. Mostly I've seen left-sided persons always want to do my pujas. And the right-sided persons are organizing. Do the other way around. Must know your nature. Give yourself a balance and then enter into the kingdom of God.
Be in thoughtless awareness when you are doing puja. Completely concentrated in receiving. But while puja, people are talking also. They're moving about. I don't know how to explain. That's the time something is oozing out, the nectar. And you just receive it at the time with full devotion. It is oozing out. If you feel my vibrations of my chakras at that time, you will realize that even the minute, small little wheels in my body are moving at different speeds, at different speed, at different dimension. And I really don't know how to explain, but you see, it creates a melody. You have to receive it. And it is a melody individually, suitable for every individual. And when you receive it, it triggers in you that state of infinity. So at the time of puja, you must know that all your attention should be in reception.
So your only work is, or your only method is just to concentrate on the puja and witness. You are a seer. Seer has double meaning. The one who sees only, just sees and is only knowledge, is a seer, without any thought, without any reaction, just sees and observes, automatically, spontaneously, is the seer. For me, sometimes it burdens up, because there should be some parity between you and the deities. Some balance must be there. Here you are saying all the mantras and the deities are awakened, and there you are who do not want to receive anything within your heart. So I am the one who has to store up all the extra energy that is produced in the body. So it would be better if you all keep your hearts open and watch the puja without thinking about it. You have got your own deities within yourself, and these deities are to be awakened within you. Deities are the different aspects of one God. So on one side you have the deities, these the aspects of God which are all the time awakened. On the other side you have your own deities which are sometimes awakened, sometimes half awakened, sometimes sleeping, and sometimes sick. So you have to use two methods. One, to please the deities of God and to ask them to bless your deities, or to ask them to awaken your deities, to have the best effect or the blessings or the best flow of the grace within us. We say mantras. the sound of mantras resound, echo into the being of God, and they are re-echoed on our chakras, and then the chakras start opening more. So the flow of the grace of God is received. But only a realized soul should chant a mantra, because without connection, how will it reach God? That's why in the beginning we don't tell them about the mantras. Because in the mantras you have to accept me as the deity. In this advent of mine, it is made compulsory that you have to recognize me.
Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
ये बोलो निर्मला माता की जय. जय माता.
Ravi, why have you dropped Sri Mataji? You should put Sri Mataji essentially, because that's the first name of the Sastranam. Right? Should be there, Sri Mataji. Huh? When you are standardizing the thing, who has done this? You must ask me. Because that's the biggest part, is that I am the mother. Isn't it?
Mother is a very
And that is actually the name given by the modern people. So it must be accepted. It's an additional thing. When you are standardizing the things, you must ask me. All of you. I don't know who has done it, but whosoever it is. I think now I would say next time when you come to pujas, all of you must have the 108 names of the goddess. You must have all the papers that are there. Like we have hymn books. All of us must have these papers. Not only one person should have. We should try to remember certain things also. The names of the goddess, the names that we recite. We should read them again and again and understand them, the Sanskrit meaning of it. And it should come to us very easily, because that is how we are going to work our chakras. I have to lay down rules for you now, because you do not want to lay it down. I am also amazed that many people do not know even my Aarti after so many years by heart. That is what Sahaja Yoga is, because it's a Mahamaya. So you have to learn it yourself. You have to do it yourself. Now, when you do the Aarti also, somebody is shouting at the top of his voice. He is trying to lead others. Then another trying to lead others. This should not be. There should be some homogeneous. I can make it out. There's no rhythm. Sing in the same tone, same style. Try to make it one, concord should be there. In a humble way, in joyous way, that we all are singing. All our hearts are singing. All of us are here to do it. So many of us are. Feel that joy. We are so many. Some of you might feel that by knowing some of the artis and things by heart, you will achieve great, is not true also, because that is also just words. But if that is an awakened thing within you, then they become a mantra. And then you can work it out. But first of all, you must achieve a certain standard to have that power to create the mantras. Also, when you say some arti, it's not necessarily possible that it will work out. Let us face the things as they are and not to be conditioned by anything else. You have to achieve a certain depth within yourself
to enlighten the mantra. First of all, you should have clear-cut vibrations, minimum of minimum. If you have certain chakras catching, then try to improve your chakras with the photograph. With all due respect to the photograph. It's only the photograph which is going to work it out, nothing else. Or if I am there.
So these puja methods and prayer methods and the mantra methods have been devised and found out by great thinkers of Sahaja Yoga, the great masters of Sahaja Yoga. And it is the effort, or you can say the effortless effort of the Sahaja Yogi that makes my body vibrate, extracts the essence from my body, I should say. It makes the infinite release itself through this finite being. And it works, it clicks, I've seen it, it works very well. But you know that after puja I get a little tired, because if you cannot receive it, that force, I want to sleep and get rid of that additional vibration into sushupti by entering into the infinite state. If you could receive whatever I am emitting in balance with your puja, then only it helps better.
When they start emitting more vibrations, then you are surprised that how after puja you get so drenched and you just feel elevated and at a much higher level. Of course, it is true that during the puja time you feel very much elevated. For some time you can keep it up. Some people definitely retain it. But some people go up and down like a yo-yo. They don't have that capacity to retain it. Now, we must meditate also after puja, because my vibrations you do not suck in without meditation as well. Always it happens. So far I have had very few pujas in which my whole vibrations were sucked. If you have sincerity about it, really the sincerity part of it, you will suck all my vibrations. Tell your mind not to ask questions and to misbehave, but to suck the vibrations clearly. This is for your own nourishment, for your own growth, for your own enjoyment. The puja has its effect on everyone, but according to your depth. And that's for that you have to have Shraddha, faith. If your mind is still thinking, you cannot achieve much in puja. While for Indians, to attend a puja is the highest. They don't mind my lecture, anything. If they miss the program, doesn't matter. Any music program is all right. Any kind of discomfort is all right, as long as they can attend to puja. Today people have come from 200 to 300 miles for this puja, all the way. Because they know this is the knowledge of the roots. For that you have to do the puja. I have seen many women, especially in Sahaja Yoga. They are Sahaja Yogis, their vibrations, all that is there. But they do not know what is Sahaja Yoga. They do not know what these chakras are. They do not know that how these vibrations go up. Now today's lecture is quite a lecture, quite complicated, I would say, if you see to it. You'll have to listen to it at least 4 or 5 times to understand it with a paper and a pencil. It's not an easy thing, because I'm telling you now, it's all right, it's quite entertaining. But behind the entertainment, there is a deep knowledge So I have not seen the Sahaja mostly sit down with a paper and pencil to know what is Mother saying, what is the knowledge she is giving us about the various things. To them, Sahaja Yoga means to be nice, to cook good food and help the Sahajogis, and that of course for the pujas to wear nice saris and nice dresses, come to the pujas and all that, and finished also. So for them it is very important that they should also know what is Sahaja. They must listen to my lectures, sit down, study it nicely and understand it. Sahaja Yoga is not only meant for men, it's meant for you, much more for you, because you are Shakti and I am your mother. So I find the women lack that. They are more worried about the saris, the this and that. And I mean, now from the hairdressing they have come to saris. That's what I feel. But just the same. Of course, sari is a very good dress. It's nice to wear. By that we give a lot of encouragement to our weavers in India. It's very artistic and good. That represents also a very ladylike, feminine thing. But that doesn't mean you should become so feminine that you don't understand Sahaja Yoga. No. Sari means you can also be very dandy. With the same sari that you are wearing, even the saris of the 9 yards, we have had queens who fought the English. So, though you see the Indian women look so docile and simple, but when it comes to their personality, they are capable of tremendous things. So this character, when you are wearing the saris, you must also know how to tie up the backside and to fight. Otherwise, you have not got the Sahaj culture in you. Either you are very dominating or you are so docile like cabbages. You must understand that we have to be alert, very alert. And Mother depends on us, on our own personalities, that the way we are going to develop ourselves, our children, our husbands, our society of Sahaja Yoga, the whole of Vishwa Nirmal Dharma. It's the woman who makes the society. The whole universe is in the hands of a woman who creates children. Just enjoy. Don't miss the point. May God bless.